So the question is, why? Why are witches fighting with one another and exposing their own little tricks and spells wide open on the internet and talking about the spells that they're putting on each other? Why is this happening? Why is this happening in our community? Let's talk about it. I'm Kat from Modern Witchery Official, and if this is your type of subject, you need to be following me for more. I'm going to tell you the reason why this is happening, and I'm going to tell you why it's not good, and I'm going to tell you what you need to do instead. So when people fight, it means they're competing with one another. And competition is born of one type of system. Do you know what it is? If you guessed patriarchy, then you guessed right. And I'm going to tell you right now why witchcraft and patriarchy do not belong together. Patriarchal systems are based on competition. They're based on scarcity, and they're based on there being one all-powerful being ruling all other beings. That is not how witchcraft works. Patriarchy is a triangle with a hierarchy on top. Witchcraft is a circle. There is no hierarchy. Patriarchy is about competition. Witchcraft is about cooperation. That is why we gather in a circle. We gather in a circle so that we can all see each other. Because every person is different, but important. And each person brings something unique to the circle to be their part of the circle. In witchcraft, you might have people that are healers. You also might have people that are specialists in seeing things. Not everybody has all the gifts. That's why those gifts are distributed like that. Not everyone is supposed to be all-powerful. That's not how witchcraft works. Because witchcraft, even if you're a male, is based on the female. It's based on the cycle of women. That's why we operate with moon cycles. That's why we operate with the seasons. It's all based on the female power. And if you don't understand female power and you're trying to operate your witchcraft in a patriarchal way, first of all, it's going to collapse on you. Secondly, you're going to just constantly be fighting with other witches, which you should not be doing. Especially in a day and age like now, where we have much greater enemies to deal with. And we should not be fighting with each other as witches. If you have a witch that isn't on board or is trying to continue to promote patriarchal male power, cut them off. Don't give them access to your energy. When you're casting spells on your magical enemies, guess what they're doing? All that energy that you're putting into that spell, they're just harvesting that. If they're a good witch, they'll figure out how to transmute it into an egregore. Like, you don't know what you're dealing with, and you don't know what kind of pacts that other person is making with whatever spirit guides they're working with. You don't know. You don't know how deep and how far someone who's crazy with patriarchy will go. Because patriarchy is a form of insanity, 100%. It does not take into account any of the things that we need to have long-term survival. So patriarchy is insane, absolutely 100%. It's like you're trying to take a square peg and putting it into a round hole. It doesn't fit. It just leaves unsightly marks, and it never fits. So witchcraft is not a competition. That's a patriarchal aspect that you're trying to bring into the circle. And the triangle does not belong in the circle. It's not part of the circle. Okay? And if you need to compete with other witches and you feel insecure and jealous, those are feelings that have been seeded within you in the patriarchy. Because if you truly knew who you were, you would never fear or have any type of insecurity about yourself. Because you're wondrous. Like, that's the thing about patriarchy. It makes women feel so insecure about themselves and so wretched that they start to fight one another. And that is by design. Patriarchal systems do not want witches to understand their full power. And if we decide to collaborate instead of compete, we would be way, way further. And our world would be a lot different. So stop giving away your power. Stop paying attention to people fighting with you. If people disagree with you, just say, okay, thanks. Have a great day. It doesn't matter. Maybe you can be humble and learn something. And there's always bad actors everywhere. But the key is, with bad actors, we ignore them. We just starve them from attention because that's all they want anyways. So just keep blocking people that are negative. Don't be casting spells on each other. Don't talk about the spells that you cast. And show that you are a trustworthy person. Because this is the thing. Who the fuck is going to teach you anything? If you're sitting on TikTok or any other social media platform and telling other witches that you're casting spells on them, no one is going to trust you ever. You will never be taken under anyone's wing. And did you know that that's how you have to behave? You have to act like you could be trusted in order to learn the secrets, or are all our secrets going to die out with this generation because none of you are going to get your shit together to be able to fucking control yourselves and stop acting like you're in the patriarchy. Witchcraft power does not work this way. This is not how you achieve power. We are not a reflection of the patriarchy. So I find it even a little bit offensive that people think that they can bring. The patriarchy has no fucking place in the craft. So get with it, witches. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like and follow and comment if you want more witchy content like this. Take care, witches.